In this class, I am going to discuss about objectives and desirable characteristics of tariff. Tariff means the rate at which the electrical energy supplied to the consumer is called as tariff. This once we are generated the power from thermal power plant, hydro power plant, nuclear or gas and then diesel power plant, or else we are generating the power from the non-conventional energy source. That is nothing but the renewable energy sources, solar, wind, biomass, geothermal. Once we are generating the power means we need to send to the consumers. We need to send to the consumers, but we need to fix for certain cost, that is the 1 unit cost 1 kWh. That is the objective of the tariff. The main objective of the power system is the main objective of the power system is we need to supply to the consumer. We need to supply to the consumer at two parameters. One is for the quality. One is for the quality. Another one is for the quantity. One is for the quality, another one is for the quantity. This is the main objective of the power system. That is, we need to supply to the consumer 24 hours in a day without interruption, without load fluctuation. That is comes for the quality. Quantity means we need to supply the electricity at reasonable price. That is the per unit cost at reasonable price. This is nothing but the quantity. Here, what is the main objective of the tariff means, here we need to supply the electricity at reasonable price. Here various types of consumers are there. That is domestical consumer, industrial consumer, municipal load, irrigation load and traction load, so on, etc. But the different types of consumers, the tariff is also, it should be different. That is the domestical consumer, they are used for the light load, their tariff is different. And industrial consumer, here the based upon the industry, again it is classified for small scale industry, medium scale industry, another one is for the large scale industry. For small scale industry, they are used up to 100 kilowatt, and medium scale industry, that is 50 to 500 kilowatt, and greater than 500 kilowatt is comes under the large scale industry. But different industries, they utilize the electricity is vary. In large scale industry, the power consumption is more compared to the small scale and then medium scale industry. Here the paying the tariff is different. Here the main objective is we need to consider for the consumers, fix for reasonable price. The consumers is also satisfied, because the only the tariff, that is the electricity, it is comes under for the monopole, that is only for the single operating system, that we will see later. Now here the various types of consumers are there. We need to fix for the cost, that is the per unit cost, it should be varying. That is domestical consumer, the cost is different. Industrial consumer, municipal load, irrigation load and transport load, the cost it should be varying. Here once we are generated the power in the thermal power plant, for example you can take the thermal power plant. In that the thermal power plant we are generating the power means we need to consider the various parameters before fixing the cost. That is before fixing the kWh, that is 1 kWh, or it is represent for 1 unit. Here in this example we are taken for the thermal power plant. In thermal power plant, first considered for the capital cost. Another one, the fuel cost. In the fuel cost comes under for the transportation, taxes, so on, etc. Another one, wages and then salary. Next one, maintenance and then operating cost. Next, the capital cost of transmission and then distribution line, and the maintenance cost of transmission and distribution line. Again, the electrical, the supply distribution side, the cost and maintenance cost. We need to consider this all the parameter. At the time only we can calculate it for the per unit cost. That is, we have taken the example is nothing but the thermal power plant. In the particular the thermal power plant we are generated, for example, we can take that is the plant capacity is 500 megawatt. The plant capacity is 500 megawatt, and the generation capacity is 485 megawatt. 485 megawatt. In the particular plant, the maximum demand is 460 megawatt. 460 megawatt. How much the reserve capacity in that particular power plant? That is 485 minus 460. That is 25 megawatt is considered for the reserve capacity. 25 megawatt is reserve capacity. But in the particular power plant, that is the peak load, the maximum demand is 460 megawatt. The peak load, the maximum demand is 460 megawatt. Here we are generating the 460 megawatt. How much the cost is taken from generating station to up to the receiving consumer? Receiving consumer. At the time only we can calculate it for the per unit cost. At the time only we can calculate it for the per unit cost. Now here, that is the 460 megawatt we are generating the power. That is how much the plant capacity. That is the capital cost. Capital cost. We are paying for the interest of the capital cost. How much the fuel cost? How much the fuel cost? This is considered for the both base load as well as for the peak load. Base load as well as for the peak load, and wages and then salary. The different technical as well as for the non-technical consumers are there. Their salary should be different. What is the wages? And maintenance and operating cost of the power plant. This is the maintenance and operating cost of the power plant. Every monthly one maintenance is there, 3 month, 6 month maintenance is there. But the cost it should be vary. Cost it should be vary. And the capital cost of the transmission and distribution line. We are erecting the transmission as well as for the distribution system. The maintenance cost, that is transmission as well as for the distribution system. How much the maintenance cost is the? We are replacing for the some of the time insulators, some of the time the circuit breaker, the insulators are damaged, so on, etc. If the heavy rainfall due to the heavy wind pressure, some of the time the conductors are clashed to each other. Any tree fallen on the conductor, the supporting structure are damaged. That is considered for the maintenance. And the electrical distribution system, again there the wages is there, salary, maintenance is there. We need to consider this all the parameter, how much the cost is there. That is the generation, how much number of units we are generated. That is here we are represented in terms of megawatt. That is the number of units generated. Number of units generated by total cost. By total cost. At present, we are getting the per unit cost. That is the per unit cost. Again, this we can not directly charge for the all the consumer equal. Suppose if we are calculating means we are getting the per unit cost is 4 rupee 20 paise or 30 paise. That is, if we are considering this all the parameter, we are getting that is rupees 4 rupee 30 paise. If these the same 4 rupee 30 paise we are charged for the all the consumer equal, that is domestical consumer, industrial, municipal, irrigation and transport load, the consumers are not satisfied. Those consumers are not satisfied. Domestical consumer, irrigation consumer and then municipal consumers are not satisfied. For industrial consumer there is no problem. Again they are calculated. Here they have considered we need to earn how much we are investing. We need to earn all the amount plus the small amount of the profit, the reasonable profit. That is the reasonable benefit. Not for the huge amount, the reasonable benefit. Again, they are considered for the different types of consumers. Again, they are charged for the domestical consumer 1 rupee 80 paise to 2 rupee 50 or 2 rupee 60 paise. 1 rupee 80 paise to 2 rupee 50 paise. But few of the area they are taken for the little bit of the electricity. There they are charged for the 1 rupee 80 paise, and in that the consumption is utilized. That is in the urban area, they are charged for 2 rupee 50 paise. And another condition is that if few of the area, the electricity they are utilized per month on an average less than 20 units or less than 30 units, less than 20 units or less than 30 units. Still few of the areas is available. They are utilized only for the light load. That is one fan and one or two lights. They are not using for the greaser, they are not used for the oven and refrigerator and water heater, so on, etc. Still, at present in India, 5 to 10% peoples are available, the overall population, 5 to 10% are available. Still, they are not utilized for the all the electrical appliances. They are used only for one TV, light, and then one fan. On an average, per month, they are only utilized 20 to 25 units. 20 to 25 units. Few of the consumers, they are utilized less than 20 units. Suppose there we are charging 1 rupee 80 paise. Suppose you can take 2 rupees also. On an average, we are getting 40 rupees. 40 rupees. These consumers, for this type of consumers, they are fixed for the EB bill, that is electricity bill, per month. If they are consumed up to the 50 units, suppose they are utilized only 5 units or 15 units or 20 or up to 50 units, they are charged only 65 rupees. They are charged only 65 to 75 rupees. Suppose if beyond crosses, that is more than the 50 units in that particular area, they are utilized, means again the rate it should be different. Okay, at that time they are calculated as per the cost, but they are fixed for the minimum. They are fixed for the minimum charge. And the domestical consumers also, few of the area, that is up to 60 units, they are charged for the 2 rupee 50 paise. That is up to 50 units, they are charged for 2 rupee 50 paise. Suppose if one consumer they are utilized for 120 units, the consumer they are utilized for 120 unit. But after the block rate from 50 to 100 unit, that is remaining 50 unit, they are charged for 3 rupee 20 paise, 3 rupee 25 plus 120 to 150 unit, they are charged for 3 rupee 50 paise. How many? That is 20. That is 3 rupee 50 paise. Like that they are calculated for domestical consumers. And once beyond crosses the 150 units, again the tariff is different. They are not considered for the 2 rupee 50 paise. Directly they will be go for the any one of the fixed rate. That is either 3.5 or 3 rupees. 3.5 or 3 rupees. Similarly, the industrial consumers is also the same. But in industrial consumer, they are utilized for the maximum amount of the electrical energy. For first certain block, for certain unit, that is the first 500 unit, they are charged for 8 rupees. More than the 500 to 1000 unit, they are charged for, again the cost is reduced for industrial consumer. But the domestical consumer, if they are utilized for more amount of the electricity, the cost is raising. But in the industrial consumers, once they are utilized for maximum, that is the first 500 units, they are charged for 8 rupees. And again 500 to 1000 units, they are charged for 7 rupees. And more than the 1000 units, they are charged for 5 rupee 50 paise. 5 rupee 50 paise. Like that, they are considered. Finally, the objective is we need to earn how much we are investing. That is from generating station, transmission line, distribution line, and then distribution sector. We need to consider all the parameter, how much we are investing, plus the small quantity of the profit. It is not for the huge amount, a small quantity of the profit. Here, the main objective of the power system is we need to satisfy for the consumer under two parameters. One is for the quality, another one is for the quantity. One is for the quality, another one is for the quantity. Because the electricity, the supply is monopole. Now, for example, you can take the two bookstall is there. The two bookstall is there. Now, the two shopkeepers are available. That is the same quality and then same quantity. Here, this is the first bookstall. This is the second bookstall. Now, in this, the first bookstall, that is the 200 page notebook. The quality is also same. Here they are selling 18 rupees. Here they are selling 18 rupees. The same, the second bookstall, same 200 page notebook, the same quality and then the quantity is also same. But here they are selling for 24 rupees. Which bookstall we are preferring? Just this bookstall to this bookstall, 200-meter distance is there. 200-meter distance is there. Now here they are selling for 18 rupees. Here they are selling for the 24 rupees. Obviously, we are preferred for the 18 rupees. Obviously, we are preferred for the 18 rupees because the quality is also same, the quantity is also same, but the price is different. 200-page notebook, the quality is also same. Here also the 200-page notebook, the same quality, but the cost it should be different. The cost is different. Here the opportunity is there. The consumers, wherever the cost is less, for the particular places they are preferred. But the electricity, the generation, transmission, distribution, only for the monopoly. That is the government, that is the bulk. Centrally they are generating and they distributed for the n number of consumers. If the private sector they are generating from the renewable energy sources, they are connected to the national and then central grid. They are connected to the national and then central grid. There is no bidirectional operation, only for the monopolar operation. That's why there is no other option is there. There is no other option is there. If we are increasing or decreasing the cost, only at present without the electricity we can't able to live. That is early morning we are wake up to go to the bed, almost all maximum 95% we are depending for the electricity. Without electricity the work is not going on. That's why we need to dependent for the electricity. But here, before calculating the tariff, that is fixing the tariff per unit cost, we need to consider all the cost plus reasonable price plus reasonable profit, not for the huge amount of the profit. Again, here one more drawback is there. Suppose at present we are selling the 1 unit 1 kWh is 2.2 rupee 50 paise. Suppose this we are increased to 4 rupees. Now the consumers are satisfied. The consumer are not satisfied because how much the variation is there? 1 rupee 50 paise. Suppose we can take the one consumer before revised the tariff. Now 2.5 rupees, that is 2 rupee 50 paise. At the time the particular consumer they are utilized 4 fans in that home and the 4 lights, it is either fluorescent lamp or LED lamp. 4 lights, 1 TV, and then refrigerator, washing machine, geyser, AC, so on, etc. Now the tariff is reversed, that is 1 rupee 50 paise is increased. Suppose they are consumed for 50 units, how much they need to pay additional amount? 75 rupees they need to pay. We are taken only 50 units. Suppose for the particular consumer they are used for 700 units, means that is 1050 rupees they are paying for the additional amount. At that time, whenever required, at that time they are switch on the supply, after that they are switch off. Now the 4 fan before revised tariff, that is at the time 2.5 rupee, that is 2 rupee 55. At the time these 4 fans are rotating on an average in a day 18 hours. 18, indeed the 4 light on an average is blowing 18 to 20 hours. 18 to 20 hours. The TV is completely on mode 24 hours. The TV is completely on mode 24 hours. The AC they are utilized on an average 12 hours per day. 12 hours per day. Now the tariff is revised, that is 1 rupee 50 paise is increased. Whenever is required, at what time is required, they are switch on, remaining time they are switch off. Once the tariff is revised, means that is the cost is increased, means this the particular consumer they are utilized only 12 hours per day. And the switch off, if not required, means they are switch off 2 lights. They are utilized only for the 2 lights. On an average, they are utilized 14 hours. The TV they are switch on up to 18 hours. Automatically what happen? The number of units utilized is minimized. The number of units utilized is minimized. At that time, automatically they are paying the electricity bill is minimized. Here 2 rupee 50 paise, they are paying for 1650 rupees. Even though the cost is increased, the power utilization is minimized to the consumer. At the time, they are paying only 1400 rupees. Who is the loser? That is electricity board is the loser. That's why They are considered for industrial consumer. If you are increasing means there is no other option is there for all the machinery, all the equipment operating during that period, that is 10 hour or 12 hour, 10 hour or 12 hour. But the domestical consumer, there is no other option is there automatically. That's why we are fixing for the tariff. Here we need to satisfy for the consumer two parameter. One is for the quality, another one is for the quantity. Now, see, this is the objective of the tariff. That is the recovery of the producing electrical energy at the power plant. That is in the generating station, we need to recover. That is, one is the capital cost, fuel cost, salary, wages, and then maintenance cost. All you need to recover. And recovery of the cost of capital investment in transmission and the distribution. Again, the capital investment of the transmission and then distribution line. Maintenance and then operating cost of the transmission and then distribution line. The next parameter, recovery of cost, operation and maintenance of the supply of the electrical energy. This is comes under for the distribution side. Again, there the capital cost is there, and another one the maintenance cost is available. The final we need to get for the a suitable profit of capital investment. The suitable means little bit of the profit, not for the huge, little bit of the profit. These are all the parameters. These are the objective of the tariff. How much we are investment plus the little bit of profit that we can fix for the per unit cost. For different consumers, the tariff is different, not for the same. We need to consider the investment. Investment is capital cost of the power plant, and maintenance and then operating cost, salary, wages. Again, the transmission then distribution, capital cost, maintenance and then operating cost, there the salary and then wages. Reasonable profit. These are the objective of the tariff. Next one, the desirable characteristics of the tariff. Desirable characteristics of the tariff. The first one, the proper return. Proper return. All the consumers must and should pay the electricity bill. At the time only, we will get how much we are investing plus the reasonable profit. Reasonable profit. If some of the consumers are available in area, we can take any one of the area. Total 40 consumers are there. 40 consumers are there. But they are taken the services. They are taken the services only 37 consumers. The remaining three consumers, they are not taking the electricity board service, but they are taken for the theft current. They are taken for the theft current. At that time, the electricity board is loser. The electricity board is loser. The proper return means all the consumers, they need to taken from the EB service and must and should pay for the every month EB bill. Must and should pay the every month EB bill. At the time, the electricity board, they get proper return. That is the how much the investment plus small amount of the profit. Another one, fairness. That is the tariff should be fair. But different types of consumers, the different cost is there. At the time, the consumers are satisfied. For domestical consumer, the per unit cost they are fixing for 1 rupee 80 paise to 2 rupee 80 paise. That is rural area different cost and the urban area different cost. And industrial consumer, again in the industrial consumer, the small scale industry cost is different, medium scale industry the cost is different, and large scale industry the cost is different. There they are fixing based upon the KWH, based upon the KVA and then KWH. And the municipal load, irrigation load and transport load is different. That is at the time only, that is the tariff should be fair because the consumer should be satisfied. Suppose we are supplied to all the consumer the same cost. Suppose we are supplied to the consumer, the per unit cost is 4 rupee 50 paise. At that time, the domestical consumer, irrigation, municipal load, they are used for the light load. They are not satisfied to pay the EB bill. And simplicity, for calculation purpose, it should be easy. For educated and uneducated person, that is technical and then non-technical person, just they are observed for the EB bill, or without observing the EB bill, they need to calculate it, how much per month they are paying the consumer. Suppose in this the particular consumer, they are utilized for the domestical consumer. I am taking 50 units. Already we know the per unit cost is 50 rupees, 2.5 rupees. That is 50 into 2.5. How much average? That is they are paying for 125 rupees. They are paying for 125 rupees. Suppose the same consumer, one particular month, they are utilized for 60 units. That is, the first 50 units, they are charged for the 2 rupee 50 paise, 2 rupee 50 paise, and the remaining 10 units, they are paying for 3 rupee. They are paying for 3 rupee. This, the first 50 units, 125 rupees, plus the remaining 10 units, 30 rupees. That is total 155 rupees. That is either industrial consumer or domestical consumer, irrigation consumer. The calculation, it should be easy. The calculation, it should be easy, and it should be understandable. Just they are observing any of the consumers, they can simply the number of units utilized present minus the previous reading. In the EB bill clearly indicates the number of units utilized for the particular period, that is either 15 days or 30 days or 60 days. Few of the places, the electricity bill, they are collecting the charges 2-month period. Few of the places, they are taken 1 month duration. Another one, reasonable profit. Reasonable, that is the benefit for the power generation sector, the reasonable profit, not for the high amount. Again, here they are increased for the high profit, means the consumers are not satisfied. Already here one condition is that we need to satisfy for the consumer quality and then quantity. Quantity means cost. Again, the consumers are not satisfied. And attractive. Attractive means if the price is less and the calculation is simple, identification and understanding is easy, means the fairness for different types of consumers, we are getting the different cost, means if once we are attracting the consumers, means all the consumers, the utilization is increased and the earning is there. And one more thing is that, but at present, the power generation is less than the power demand. The power generation is less than the power demand. Why the generation is decreased means the fossil fuels are depleted. The fossil fuels are depleted. At the same time, the population is increased. The technology is well developed. That's why the demand is increased. But we need to satisfy for the demand. We need to satisfy for the demand. Go for the additional energy sources. What are the sources available in the nature? What are the sources available in the nature? These are the various desirable characteristics of the tariff. In this the class, we are discussed about the objective of the tariff. What is the objective or main motto of the tariff, and the characteristics of the tariff. These are the various characteristics: proper return, fairness, simplicity, reasonable profit, and then attractive. The next class will discuss about various types of tariff, that is tariff method.